Hi everyone, here's me, Marie editing. It's just to let you know that the video you're gonna see, the quality of image is really poor. It's because my phone was broken, which I use usually for my video, but in the video you're gonna see I use an older camera that I have since like 2010, something like that, and I thought the image was better for what I remembered, but it was a mistake, and I learned from my mistake. I just filmed two videos with this camera, and I promise there will be no more than those two, which is one a makeup and the other one is an opening box of Ikoria set from Magic the Gathering. So stay tuned. Thank you for your comprehension and hope you enjoy the content.
Hey guys, it's Joseph. Today we have a box to open up. It's Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths. It's a booster box with 36 packs. I got it on Friday when it came out. We also got a buy a box promo, which is one of the new Godzilla cards. It's Godzilla King of Monsters. Since Hasbro owns the rights to Godzilla, they made about 16 or 18 different Godzilla cards for this set, and that was the buy a box promo. Inside the box itself, we have a box topper that could be one of the 16 cards. We'll see what it's going to be in here. And this whole set is all about big monsters. It has two new mechanics, which are Mutate, which is almost like an enchant creature. It allows you to mutate onto a non-human creature, and the creature on the top gets all the abilities of the creatures on the bottom. There is also a new mechanic called Companion, which lets you put a creature on your sideboard as long as you get all the requirements that are on the cards. For example, like maybe you need an 80 card deck instead of your standard 60. It lets you play it from the sideboard, so it's an interesting little mechanic, and we will see what we get as we open this. Okay.
So let's open this!
Yep, let's see what we get. So on the top of the box is the box topper. We'll open that last and see what we get. We also have our Godzilla King of Monsters buy a box promo there. And let's start cracking packs.
I wonder if we're gonna have the the Corona attack on the Godzilla card, remember?
Yeah, there's a card called Space Godzilla Death Corona. Since it has Death Corona in it, they made it so after this print run, they won't be any more, and they changed the name to Void Beckoner. So we got Solid Footing, Frostveil Ambush, Spell Eater Wolverine, Dark Bargain, Ram Through, Spring Jaw Trap, Rumbling Rock Slide, Convolute, Mysterious Egg, Corpse Churn, and Sprite Dragon.
I love this card. It's just a cute one. I know it's not an ultra rare or even a rare, but it's a cute one. The design is cute.
It's actually pretty good. It's a flying haste 1/1, but whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you put a 1/1 counter on Sprite Dragon. So in decks like Izzet decks, which matter for drawing and discarding, you can play a ton of enchantments or instants and sorceries, and you can buff this guy up a lot. Especially when he has haste and flying, you can swing for a lot on your first turn. So we got that. We got Reconnaissance Mission. Okay, and here we got our first companion card in the first pack. It's Obosh the Prey Piercer. The companion is when you start your starting deck must contain only cards with odd converted mana costs and land cards. It's an interesting card. I'm going to try using it in my mono black deck for Pioneer. We'll see how it works, because if a source you control with an odd converted mana cost would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. If you play this and you have a ton of creatures attacking, this is going to do a lot of damage. So yep, that's our first rare and first companion card. And we got a Dismal Blackwater and a Human Soldier. on the side there. Pack number 2. I'm going to skip through most of the commons and uncommons because they're not really worth that much or really interesting.
And today, compared with our last video, we're not going to put the amount based on the face-to-face website, because since it's a new deck, the price vary from day to day. It's not worth it right now to put the price on.
Yeah, it's changing really quick. So we got all the commons here. Whoop. I'll go through the uncommons actually, that's fine. But I'll skip through most of the commons. So we got Swallow Hole. We got Blitz of the Thunder Raptor.
Seriously, the red ones are the prettiest.
We got Savai Thundermane. And we got our first mythic, Nethroi, Apex of Death, and its regular art. Non-foil. It's one of those mutate cards that I was talking about earlier. When you mutate onto something, whenever this creature mutates, return any number of target creature cards with total power 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this is an interesting one. You can drop all your cards into the graveyard, then put out a bunch of one cost cards or whatever onto the battlefield and swing. So yep, that's our first mythic. And we got a Plains and another human soldier token.
And as you note, they are totally different humans.
Yep, there's a lot of different arts for the human soldier tokens this set. It's kind of interesting. There we go.
I think so far I saw 3 different ones than the previous decks we opened, but those are really pretty.
Yep. So that's all the commons. We got Mystic Subdual, Zenith Flare, which is actually a really good card. There's a lot of cycling decks being used in this set. So for this one, Zenith Flare deals X damage to any target, and you gain X life, where X is the number of cards with a cycling ability in your graveyard. So real quick, if you have enough mana and enough cycling cards in your deck, you could probably hit for lethal in one shot. I've been hit for over 40 damage one time with this thing on Arena. Lead the Stampede, and ooh, Fiend Artisan is our second mythic. I've been wanting this one. This is a $30 card currently. Yeah, it goes for
ding ding ding.
Yeah, it goes for $30+ for this one. So it's a mythic. It's a hybrid mana of either black or green. It gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard, and you tap X, tap green or black, and tap it, and you can sacrifice another creature and search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. You can activate this ability only anytime you would cast a sorcery. So this one, basically, you can kill a token or any small creature and go grab a giant one from anywhere in your deck. It's a really nice card for graveyard builds. I'm going to be trying it out. And we got a swamp and a catbird. So it's all mutating creatures in this one. So we're going to have all sorts of weird nonsense for giant monsters. So, yep, catbird.
Excuse me. Okay, this one I lost it. A catbird.
Yep.
I love the idea of mutating. Honestly, that's the type of deck I made the last time we played, and it was super fun. But the thing is, if the creature dies, all the mutation dies with it. So
yep.
It's a gamble thing if you're gonna be able to build something strong enough to kill the other, or if he's gonna destroy it and ruin your entire gameplay.
Yep. But there are problems with the new companions because you can get them out of the sideboard and basically you cannot have them discarded. So there's a lot of decks, especially with one creature called Luris, the Dream Den, where you can just keep getting your cards that are cost 2 or less back from your graveyard, and it's super cheap to play. So chances are it might be getting banned on Monday when the next ban comes out. So far it seems like the next ban thing is only going to affect Vintage and Legacy as well as Brawl, but we'll see if they do it in any of the other formats. So we got Hornbash Mentor, Duskfang Mentor, Dire Tactics, and we have our first ultimatum. It's the Eerie Ultimatum, white, black, and greens. Return any number of permanent cards with different names from your graveyard to the battlefield. So these ultimatums are really strong finishers. If you manage to get them out, chances are you're going to win. That's why they're ultimatums. There we go. And we got Blossoming Sands and a generic junk token.
I hate those.
I know. No table required, MTG Arena. Thanks for letting us know. Alrighty, next up, pack number 5. Skip through those.
Ooh.
Yep. We got Footfall Crater, which is an enchant land, and it's one of those cycling cards that's used in those cycling decks. We got Alert Heed Bonder, Boon of the Wish Giver, and our second companion, Kahira the Orphan Guard. Each creature card in your starting deck is a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast card. You have to have those to have it as a companion. It has vigilance, and each other creature you control that's a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast gets +1/+1 and has vigilance. It costs 1 generic and a hybrid of 2 hybrids of green or white. There we go. Forest and another human soldier token.
I'm still stuck on the catbird.
Catbird. And pack number 6. Gonna be a lot of packs to go through. But that's what a booster box is. Okay. There we go. First card's Momentum Rumbler. Primal Empathy. And our first showcase card, which is of an uncommon Glowstone Recluse. The showcases in this set seem to be more like comic book art. In the previous Theros Beyond Death, they were kind of stargazing constellation cards, and in Eldraine, they were kind of like storybook ones. But for this one, they went into comic book style. And for our rare, we got another ultimatum, Emergent Ultimatum. It's the black, green, blue one. Search your library for up to 3 monocolored cards with different names and exile them. An opponent chooses one of these cards, shuffle that card into your library. You may cast the other cards without paying their mana cost. And then you exile Emergent Ultimatum. This is a great card if you can get it out. Yes, they might put one in your back into your deck, but usually the 2 cards that you're going to be grabbing are probably going to be ending the game at that point. There we go. And we got a Plains and another human soldier. Lots of soldiers. Alrighty then. Next pack. Whoop. Oh, made a glimpse. We seem to have a foil in there. Oh, and we have another. It is a common, but it is one of the other showcase arts. Cloud Piercer. Okay. And there we go. We got Avian Oddity, Necropanther, Porcuparrot. What? Yeah, it's a porcupine parrot. And we got Slitherwisp, which is our rare. Flash, whenever you cast another spell that has flash, you draw a card and each opponent loses 1 life. These will be going into Dimir flash decks, and it's going to be great. And we got a foil Shiny Plains.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah. On top of a forest. And a Dinosaur Beast token. And next pack. Let's see what we got here. Whoop. We got Easy Prey. Zagoth Mamba, Nightmare Snake. We got another Savai Thunderman. And, ooh, our first rare land with its alternate art, full art. This Savai Triome, they're known as cycling lands. They come into play tapped, and they're tri-lands, so you can get up to 3 different mana on this. In this case, it's a mountain, plain, swamp, and you can cycle for 3. These ones are honestly, with their art, super gorgeous, especially if you get a foil one. These ones are going for about $10 for their regular non-foil ones for these kind, and these are just gorgeous. They're not used in too many competitive decks for like modern and stuff because they come in tapped, but for Pioneer and Standard, they're definitely usable. And again, they're super nice. There we go, Jungle Hollow, and oh, that's another new Human Soldier token. Haven't seen that one, I don't think.
No, this one is another one.
So far, this is going pretty well. The Fiend Artisan and the Savai Triome, as well as Nethroi here, are doing pretty good. And actually, for this one, as our token, we got some different tokens, because in this set, Trample, Vigilance, Death Touch, and all that kind of stuff, you can add them as different counters onto creatures. So they have little punch-out tokens that are double-sided. I actually saw a nifty video where if you add Mod Podge onto the top of this, you can make them kind of like solid tokens that you can keep for a while.
That sounds like a mystery message.
Yep.
You're lucky I have Mod Podge somewhere.
There we go. Next up, Sanctuary Lockdown. Another Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. A Ketria Crystal. And we got our first Mythos. Mythos of Snapdax. It is the white Mythos for 2 generic and 2 whites. Each player chooses an artifact, a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker from among the non-land permanents they control, then sacrifices the rest. If a black and a red was spent to cast the spell, you choose the permanents for each player instead. So yeah, you can technically choose. This does kind of screw you over as well, but depending on what you choose and what they choose, it could win the game too.
I feel like this one is gonna be bad.
No, I don't think so. It's not that bad. But yeah. And we got Rugged Highlands. And yeah. Next up. Honestly, in the box topper, I'm hoping there's a card called Ghidorah, the King of the Cosmos, something like that. That one's going for a lot, especially if you get a foil. It's going for like $60, something like that. So that would be awesome. So we got another Alert Heedbonder. We got Exuberant Wolf Bear. That is adorable. That is not. Barrier Breach. And, oh, we got Ketria Triome in its regular art. Still nice. Still going for about $7-8 or $5 to $8, something like that. But it's another one of the tricycle lands. This is forest or green, blue, and red. And like the other one, it cycles for 3 and enters the battlefield tapped. And our foil is Charge of the Forever Beast. It is an uncommon sorcery. And for our land, we got another Dismal Backwater. They're a dime a dozen. And another junk token. Gonna split these up a bit.
Yeah, because the pile is getting bigger and bigger.
Yep. There we go. Move them aside. Whoop. Keep the important ones in the middle. There we go. Next pack. There we go. Got another Footfall Crater. Aww. Monstrous Step. Boneyard Lurker. And we got Riel the Everwise as another mythic. This one's a pretty good one and is a dex as well for anything drawing. Because one Riel the Everwise gets +1/+0 for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. So in decks where you keep on drawing and then discarding your instants and sorceries, this gets real powerful real quick. And whenever you discard one or more cards for the first time each turn, draw that many cards. So yeah, this one's a pretty powerful in decks like Is It Phoenix or other similar ones. And we did have a foil that I snuck a peek earlier. It is Dranith Stinger. This one is nice in cycling decks as well, because whenever you cycle a card, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. And of course you can cycle it for 1 if needed. Whoop. That's a common. And we got a mountain and another human soldier. Lots of human soldiers. So far we've gotten 3 mythics. Let's see if we'll get any more. Hopefully we do. Maybe another Fiend Artisan. That would be awesome. Okay. And for our first uncommon, we got a alternate art for Regal Leosaur.
Ooh.
We got Sanctuary Smasher, Stormwild Caprador, and we got another companion, Druida, Doom of Depths. Your starting deck has to contain cards only with even converted mana costs. And when it enters the battlefield, each player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. Put a creature card with an even converted mana cost from among those cards onto the battlefield under your control. This deck is insanely fun and standard. You put it out and you can keep on getting cards and more Gerudas and other cards that copy it, and you can keep cycling through the deck and get a ton of creatures out. And if you have like Thassa, the god from the last set, you can keep bouncing it at the end of your turn and keep on getting cards, and you can get cards from your opponent's grave as well. It's a super fun but extremely cheap deck to use. And our rare is okay. We got the same companion in its foil version. Okie doke. I'm fine with that.
That I wasn't expecting this.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. That's 2 Garudas that we've gotten so far. I got a forest and a dinosaur. The regular and the foil in the same
What's
pack.
the odds?
I've had that happen a couple of times, but not too many times. There we go. Okay, we got Void Beckoner, which is actually the Space Godzilla's regular version there. They changed it to Space Godzilla Void Beckoner, I believe, instead of the Death Corona. Next we got Will of the All Hunter, Cunning Nightbonder, and we got Shark Typhoon. Sharknado.
Please bite me.
This is a super fun enchantment, actually. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create an XX blue shark creature token with flying, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. So if you play something with like a mana cost of 6, it comes out with a 6/6 flying shark. Or you can cycle it if you don't have enough mana to pay the 6 there. Cycle it for X and 1 generic and 1 blue. And you can create an XX blue shark creature token with flying. There we go. Windscar Crag and a Kraken token.
That's a nice one.
Mm-hmm. There we go. In this pack, we got Skull Prophet, Keensight Mentor, Archipelagore, which is a mutating Leviathan, and we got Skycat Sovereign. It's an elemental cat. 1 blue, 1 white, flying. When Skycat Sovereign gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control with flying. So this will probably be fairly nice in different flying decks and stuff like that, or spirits decks in Pioneer and stuff like that. And you can tap 2, tap 1 white and 1 blue, and you can create a 1/1 white cat bird creature token with flying. And we got an island and another human soldier.
Like we don't have enough.
Nope, we do not have enough. And we're not even halfway through yet. Lots in this one. So now we got trample, or some tokens as well there in that pack. We also got, oop, the cards keep on flying around. Let's see what else we got in here. We got Proud Wild Bonder, Idatha Crystal, Flame Spill, and our rare is Luminous Broodmoth. It is another mythic. 2 generic and 2 white. It is a flying insect creature. Whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. So this one is another $20 card.
Well, for sure you got your worth.
Yep, so far about 30 bucks. I'd say we have maybe $80 in here so far, give or take. About, maybe a bit less. I'd say 60 to 80. But yeah, so far we got 4 mythics out of that, and Scoured Barrens. And so far they're the good mythics as well. There we go. So many commons. We got Migration Path, Valiant Rescuer, which is another card used in the cycling decks, because whenever you cycle it, another card for the first time each turn, you create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token, and you can cycle it for 2. The cycling decks are actually pretty cheap if you want to build them. They're not that expensive. We got Auspicious Sterix and Crystalline Giant. Okay. This is an interesting one, but it's going to be hard to play in real life with it. Actually, at the beginning of combat on your turn, choose a kind of counter at random that Crystalline Giant doesn't have on it from among flying, first strike, death touch, hexproof, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, vigilance, and +1/+1. Put a counter of that kind on Crystalline Giant. So you can randomly put a counter on it every time it goes into combat. So this can turn pretty crazy, especially with another card called the Uzolith, which whenever a creature dies, or something with tokens die except for planeswalkers, it puts all the tokens on the Uzolith, and at the start of your combat you can put all the tokens onto another creature. So yeah, this is a nifty one. I'm gonna probably give it a try in my artifact decks on for Pioneer. And we got Tranquil Cove and a cat.
At least this time it's a cat.
Yep, it's not a flying cat this time, it's a different cat. It's just a regular cat. And next pack.
Did you lose the count?
Nope, I have lost count. We're partway through it. We'll get there eventually. Hopefully with more goodies. There we go. Next up, we got Call of the Death Dweller, Weaponize the Monsters, Polywog Symbiote, and another Crystalline Giant. You're not supposed to usually get too many doubles in booster boxes, but apparently they've had a bit of a problem with in this set, I guess with the coronavirus and all that stuff happening. But the printers were printing a couple of doubles for some of the cards. So you never know, maybe we'll get another Fiend Artisan or a Broodmoth in here. That would be lovely. And we got a Swamp and a Human Soldier. But at least I won't need any more Crystalline Giants, or not too many more for my decks. And there we go.
Because I'm also playing, but not as much as he does, and it's more like we play against each other and don't go like events and stuff.
Exactly. We got Wingspan Mentor, Channeled Force, Zagoth Crystal, and Voracious Great Shark.
Baby shark. Excuse.
It's cost 3 generic and 2 blues for flash. Whenever Voracious Shark enters the battlefield, counter target artifact or creature spell. So you can use it as a counter and a 5/4 creature for swinging at people. And we got a mountain and a shark token.
A Sharknado token.
Yep. Scary flying shark. Scary flying shark. Watch out, it will bite you in the dark. There we go. Next pack.
Maybe
just saw a nice one. It is a common, but it is a really nice one of the alternate arts again. Cavern Whisperer. But again, common, but still nice. And next up we got Majestic Oricorn. It is a unicorn, which you are in love with. It is a creepy looking one, but anyway. Next up we got Chittering Harvester, Back for More, and we got Lurrus of the Dream Den. This is another $25 card.
Yay.
This is the one that might be potentially banned on Monday. We will see from certain sets. It has been causing a lot of problems in different formats. Not so much in Standard, but in every other Eternal format. It is kind of a kick-ass card and a bit too strong. It costs 1 generic and a hybrid of 2 hybrids of black or white. It is a companion, and each permanent card in your starting deck has converted mana cost 2 or less. So people were looking at this at the start and might be a bit too stringent, but a lot of decks actually have really low cost spells. So it has lifelink, and during each of your turns you may cast 1 permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. So every turn you can keep on casting 1 spell. So you can keep getting your creatures back, instants, sorceries, enchantments, anything. That is why this card is so freaking strong. But it is nice, and it is 20-ish something bucks. At least that I know for at the moment. So yeah, this box so far has been nice to me, which doesn't often happen.
As you see, we like opening box. Like we did open a box of well,
it was a while back. I don't remember what the set was. It was one of the Ravnica sets we opened. That was my first box that I ever opened, actually.
Yes, but the purple one.
Oh, that was a bundle though. It wasn't a box.
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
a bundle box. That was fun. We just didn't film it, but it was fun. So.
We got Jubilant Skybonder, Savai Crystal. Oh, I snuck a peek. We have a foil apparently in there. Ominous Seas.
Cheater.
I know, shall we? And we got Dirge Bat. So it costs 2 generic and 2 black. Mutate. Flash. Flying. Whenever this creature mutates, destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. So it's pretty strong. It's a nice card in mutate decks and stuff like that. And our foil is Durable Coil Bug. Just a common foil kind of thing.
Just a cute one.
Yep, Blossoming Sands, and another Human Soldier token. I will never run out of Human Soldier tokens, apparently, after this set.
Nope, not anymore.
There we go. Okie doke. We got Sonorous Howlbonder, Frill Scare Mentor, Escape Protocol, and we got Death's Oasis. White, black, green enchantment. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then return a creature card with lesser converted mana cost than the creature that died from your graveyard to your hand. Tap 1, sacrifice it, and you gain life equal to the greatest converted mana cost among creatures you control. Not that good, but it is a card. And next we got, ooh, foil alternate art.
Package.
Rare.
That's a package.
Yep. Sea Dasher Octopus. This is great in flash decks. Tap 1 generic and 2 blues. You can mutate it for 1 and a blue. Has flash, and whenever this creature deals damage to a player, that player draws a card. So this is great to use, even like as a little, almost like an enchantment. Just put it on another creature. So this can go into quite a few decks, actually. It's going to be a nice one, and the alternate art is lovely. I just love this comic art. Whoop. And we got a plains. And yeah, we haven't seen those before. There we go. Next pack. We got Easy Prey, Clash of Titans, Heartless Act. I'm glad we got one of these because I had one more from our pre-release kit, at least that I know of. Tap 1, tap a black, choose 1, destroy target creature with no counters on it, or remove up to 3 counters from target creature. It's a nifty little destruction card. And we got another Triome card. It's the black, green, blue one. Zagoth Triome. And we got a Porcuparrot foil. As well as a Thornwood Falls and another Human Soldier. Yep, Human Soldier.
Another one down, another one down.
Next pack to crack. Alrighty then, we got Sanctuary Lockdown, Pouncing Shore Shark, Shark Beast, Insatiable Hemiphage, which is the alternate showcase art. Insatiable Hemiphage, Insatiable Hemiphage, Insatiable Hemiphage. Apparently I can.
Okay.
And next up we got Song of Creation. It is 1 generic, green, blue, red. Enchantment. Well, you may play this. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever you cast a spell, draw 2 cards. At the beginning of your end step, discard your hand. So it can be used in certain setups, but that last little bit kind of screws it up in certain situations. So it's not a bad card, but eh. And next we got Convolute, foil common, island, and companion token. That's the first time we saw that. Just expands what a companion does, kind of thing. Looks nice too.
Yeah, indeed.
There we go. And next pack we got Huntmaster Layer and its alternate art. We got General's Enforcer, which will be nice in human decks. Costs 1 black and 1 white. Legendary humans you control have indestructible, so this will be really nice for those. We got Grim Dancer. And for our rare, we got Duraneth Magistrate. When your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. So this is apparently banned in, or gonna be banned probably in Brawl and Commander and stuff like that, because it literally means you can't cast your commander. And next up we got Bloodfell Caves and a dinosaur. We still got a bunch of packs left.
It never stops.
I know. More goodness. I love it. I love cracking packs. It's fun. It's like gambling, but with an actual payoff.
Maybe.
So, we got Zenith Flare, another one. I actually might make a cycling deck at this point, with the way things are going. We got Swallow Hole, Lord Dracus, and our rare is Unpredictable Cyclone. I haven't seen this one, actually. 3 and 2 reds. It's an enchantment. If a cycling ability of another non-land card would cause you to draw a card, instead exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a card that shares a card type with the cycled card. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then put the exiled cards that weren't cast this way on the bottom of your library in a random order. You can cycle it for 2 as well. And we got Swiftwater Cliffs and another junk token.
Recycle, recycle.
Pretty much. Always recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Well, this pack's giving me a little trouble there. Oh, there we go.
More tokens.
More tokens to use. Maybe I'll do that Mod Podge trick later. You never know.
You gonna do it?
Yeah, I'll give it a try.
Uh-huh. No, it's more like I'm gonna give it a try.
Oh, this is another common, but it's another an alternate art, Vulpikeet. This one's used in cycling decks as well, or sorry, mutate decks. Whenever you mutate this creature, put a 1+1/+1 counter on it.
I love it. It's so adorable.
Yeah, flying fox. Literally. There's some commons. There we go. Weaponize the monsters. Charge of the Forever Beasts again. Unbreakable Bond. And our rare is Frondland Felidar.
Cat beast.
Yep, it's a cat beast. Cat beast.
That sounds weird.
Yep. It's 2 generic, forest and a plains. It's a 3/5 vigilance. Creatures you control with vigilance have tap 1 generic and tap target creature. Not too bad. And we got a foil Mythos.
What?
Mythos of Snapdax, the one that we got a regular art of earlier.
Okay, this is crazy.
And we got Jungle Hollow. There we go. Square those off. Couple more layers still. More tokens.
Just a quick recap, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And comments. Give us comments about what we can do different on this video and for further notice. So this way we can know how to make it better.
Exactly. So we got Reptilian Reflection, Bastion of Remembrance, Ralgrin Crystal, and our rare is another Triome, Idatha Triome in its regular art. It is the Plain Swamp Forest one. And we got an island.
How many left?
One. We got 3 more layers. So 9 packs in total. Well, that's a booster box for you. 36 packs. Almost there.
That's the first booster box that I open.
We got Titanoth Rex, Glowstone Recluse, and its alternate art. We got Dustfang Mentor, and our rare is Hunted Nightmare. This is a new one for me. 1 generic and 2 swamps. Menace. When Hunted Nightmare enters the battlefield, target opponent puts a death touch counter on a creature they control. 4/5, not bad for 3. And we got a Windscarred Crag and Human Soldier. Whoop, whoop. Whoop. Nothing happened. No. Okay. We got our favorite, Majestic Auricorn, in its alternate art.
Nice.
That's a beastly looking unicorn. We got Flame Spill, Cunning Nightbonder, and another companion, Yadaro Wandering Monster. Costs 5 and 2 mountains. It is not actually a companion. Okay, never mind. It has Trample, Haste, and Cycling for one generic. And okay, we got Yadaro Wandering Monster. It is costs 5 generic and 2 mountains. It is a cycling legendary creature, Dinosaur Turtle. It is an 8/8 Trample, Haste, cycling for generic and a mountain, and whenever you cycle Yadaro Wandering Monster, shuffle it into your library from your graveyard. If you've cycled a card named Yadaro Wandering Monster 4 or more times this game, put it into the battlefield from your graveyard instead. And we got a foil common of a Blade Banish, as well as a Swamp and a Dinosaur token. Down to our last 6 packs. Let's see, maybe we'll get another alternate art land. Fingers crossed. Okie doke. We got Trumpeting Gnar.
Cute one.
Fight as One. Stormwild Caprador, and Kogla, the Titan Ape. It costs 3 generic and 3 forests for a 7/6 legendary creature ape. When Kogla the Titan Ape enters the battlefield, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. When it attacks, destroy target artifact or enchantment defending player controls. And tap 1 generic and 1 forest, return target human you control to its owner's hand. Kogla gains indestructible until end of turn. This is basically King Kong.
We have it already.
I know.
This one.
And we got Parcel Beast foil. Uncommon. And Rugged Highlands and another Human Soldier. Let's see. Oop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, this is the 6th. One you'll lose count.
Well, I don't blame you at this point.
Alrighty. We got Rooting Moloch, Necropanther in its regular art.
Cat Nightmare.
Yep. Porcuparrot. And we got Snapdax, Apex of the Hunt, and its alternate art. Costs 1. This one's a really cool looking one, actually. It costs 1 generic, 1 mountain, 1 plains, and 1 swamp. It is a legendary creature, dinosaur cat nightmare, and it does certainly look like a nightmare in its alternate art. You can mutate it for 2 generic, a hybrid swamp or mountain, and 2 plains. It has double strike, and whenever this creature mutates, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, and you gain 4 life. It is a 3/5. I got the regular art, I believe, in my pre-release kit there. And we got... oh, and it's a mythic as well. So that's another mythic. Whoop. We got Blossoming Sands and another junk token. 5 more packs to crack. And of course, we got our buy a box topper here. I'm excited to see what's in that one. I'm hoping for Ghidorah. We got Rooting Moloch, another Sprite Dragon, which is nice. I only need 2 more. We got Splendor Mare, and we got another Obosh the Prey Piercer. So there are duplicates in some of these. Which is fine. We all know what this one does. Anyway, we got Cloud Piercer Common Foil and an island, as well as a feather token. That's a new one. And the 4th last pack. We got Exuberant Wolf Bear, Ivy Elemental, Ketria Triumph, Ketria Crystal, sorry, and we got another ultimatum, the Mountain Plains Swamp one. Sorcery, destroy all non-land permanents your opponents control. So this is similar to one of the other wiping spells that you have, but this one destroys all the permanents except for lands that your opponents control, and not yours, which is great. And we got a forest and another human soldier. 3 more packs to go. Dun, dun, dun. We got Flourishing Fox, cost 1 plains, and whenever you cycle another card, put a +1/+1 counter on Flourishing Fox. This is great in cycling decks. I wished we'd gotten more, but at least 1. Neutralize, Sanctuary Smasher, and our rare is an Everquill Phoenix. 2 generic and 2 mountains. You can mutate it for 3 generic and a mountain. It has flying. It is a 4/4 creature Phoenix, and whenever this creature mutates, create a red artifact token named Feather, which we got earlier. With tap 1, sacrifice Feather, return target Phoenix card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Scoured Barrens, and another human soldier. Haven't seen those before.
You repeat yourself.
I know. Haven't repeated that before. There we go. I got Proud Wildbonder, Reconnaissance Mission, Channeled Force, and Quartzwood Crasher. 2 generic and 2 mountains and a forest for a 6/6 dinosaur beast creature. It has trample, and whenever 1 or more creatures you control with trample deal combat damage to a player, create an XX green dinosaur beast creature token with trample, or X is the amount of damage those creatures dealt to that player. Not a bad one. And we got a forest and more punch out tokens. Whoop. Let's fix that up a bit. Or not. Everything's just going everywhere. And this is our last pack.
Finally!
Oh, you don't want to open more? Let's see what we get. Come on, another Fiend Artisan. I wish. Let's see. We got Hornbash Mentor, Archipelagor, Boneyard Lurker, and our last rare is another Triome, Savai Triome. It is the regular art of the first one that we got, Mountain Plain Swamp. So not bad. We got a couple of the rare lands, and a plains, and a beast token. And now for the special Pox Topper. It is a sealed product and not for resale, so stores cannot sell this. It is only for boxes. So, let's see what we get. Dun, 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 dun.
The suspense killing me.
And flip. We got Destroya, Perfect Life Form. It is the Everquill Phoenix one. So not the best one, but it is pretty cool in its foil look. It's basically the same as the Everquill Phoenix. It is literally the Everquill Phoenix, but it is the art of Destroya from the Godzilla series in all its foily goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. There are 2 Godzilla cards there. And yeah, that's all we got for this box. I think it was a pretty good one. And especially with that, I love actually the art on this one. Anyway, that's it for us. Okay guys, that was our Ikoria Lair of Behemoths booster box. We got some good stuff in it, and I got it from my local store. Always support your local stores, especially during this time of the virus. A lot of stores have been going out of business, so if you don't support your store, and they're doing curbside pickups and stuff like that, you may not have a store anymore to play at once this is all over. Currently, since there is no actual pre-release events as well, you can get pre-release kits plus 2 extra booster packs that were normally supposed to be used for prize support. So it's a great time to go out and buy Magic cards.
So this is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give us comments in the section down below so we know what we could do better for the next videos. And also don't forget, be yourself, be bold, cause bold is what?
Amazing.
Yes, it is. Have a good night, everyone.
Take care.